Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. It's July 2nd here. It's the Ryan Ripken Show. We're almost to the 4th of July, but there was fireworks last night. If you are a fan of the US of A, as the men's team advanced to the round of 16, but not without a lot of drama, controversy, specifically a VR decision that could end up having a massive impact in the round of 16 game. We'll talk about that and all of the action there with the World Cup. We will have Mike Farron of MLB MLB Network Radio, join us at 3:40, talk about baseball. And there's an interesting stat that you might want to know, because I realized the American League, well, put it bluntly, or, in a different way, it's cheeks. It's been bad. It's been ass. But there's a lot of teams that are in the fight. And actually, Mike made that point, and we'll talk about it here in a little bit. Let's see. There's some other cool moments that we had. It's 4th of July. We're going to talk about our own traditions of what we like to do, and it's Throwback Thursday. So while we're looking at old traditions, well, why don't we look at the end of an era for a lot of childhood gamers? Specifically, there was an announcement from, let's just say, a company that this is what I grew up when I was playing video games, and that's changing forever moving forward. So new to the channel and a whole lot more news and notes. New to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We do this live Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. We almost got a full house today. Behind the scenes somewhere is Zach Bollinger. Bolly, how we doing?
Oh
my God.
It just brings everyone on. Yeah, we're sitting there. How's it going, everyone?
It's scary. And Rocco DeSangro's back for a third straight day.
What's up? Yeah, 3 straight, trying to start a streak of my own. I don't know if I'll get the Zach status, but we're trying here.
Okay. You have a little bit more enthusiasm behind you. And I know who will bring a little more enthusiasm. Brad's in the building.
What's up, fellas?
Sounds like y'all.
I mean, you might as well just stop talking about streaks.
Streaks.
Yeah. There's just no point.
Streaks.
We got a good poll coming up for today. Might be controversial. I mean, they always are solid talking points, but today might be a little extra spicy.
Yeah,
love spicy.
Little caliente. Well, we'll get into some cool moments, and we'll get into our drama for today. And Zach and Brad know this, Rock, so you can heal sentiment on this one. But we appreciate you and Zach.
We appreciate CQ.
Brad?
And you can bank on it.
Boom! How you like them apples? But hey, everyone, we are halfway through the year, and it's just a simple question. How do you feel your financial plan has gone so far? Is it right where you want it to be? Could it be better? Are you in need of help, or you just want to bounce some ideas off of someone that knows a thing or two about a thing or two? Well, right now, with CQ, my good friends over there are offering a free 45-minute financial wellness checkup. And the checkups are for anyone, whether you are new to the whole budgeting world, or hey, you want to know more about how to properly invest. They are there for you. Their trained financial counselors will help you review your current situation and chart a path forward to reaching your goals. And again, can be from any topics like budgeting, savings, debt management, loan options, and much more. If you'd like to schedule a free financial wellness checkup, go to cqmd.org/appointment for more. And CQ, proud sponsor of the Ryan Ripken Show. Well, guys, there's a cool moment we'll lead off. It's baseball related, but it's cool because it was World Cup related that turned into baseball. It was the English showing out at the baseball game, and I think we have that clip. It was a Michael Harris. So if you couldn't hear that and you were watching with us, because you can listen on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, but the video is England fans just picking outfielder of the Braves, Michael Harris, to go we're rooting for you specifically. And they went full throttle for him, and they're all getting rowdy. They're having a good time. They're doing their chants. And that's just what I love about sports.
Well,
I think the World Cup invasion over here of all the fans has just brought in this life and energy, and also why we love sports.
It didn't stop there, actually. So after the game, Mike Harris actually went to that group and gave out his hat, his game worn hat, and they gave him jerseys and everything else. And he was taking selfies with everybody. So like the party didn't stop there. That's just where it started, which is pretty awesome.
That's I think it's so impressive that many people in one setting can coordinate a chant for a player they might not know much about. Now I'm not taking anything away from their ball knowledge. Maybe they're like big time Michael Harris fans, came over just to watch him. But the fact that they were able to do that, the coordination was impressive. I can't even get all my friends in the same spot to hang out at the same time. So like the fact that they're doing that is just like unbelievable. So shout out to the English.
Didn't this happen? Who was it with Anthony Santander a few years ago? What was that club where it was in right or left field and they were going nuts? It was 4,000 UK Boy Scouts, I believe, in attendance. Or that's what that reminded me of. I just found it again. Yeah, 4,000 UK Scouts. They were in attendance for the game for something, and that's when they fell in love with Anthony Santander. So I'm glad to see that the UK, the English coming over. They just love baseball and they love outfielders. Love outfielders.
And they love to drink.
Oh, hell yeah, they do. And so does Scotland. And I'll tell you what, the whole group loves to just have a party. This is why when they talk about the world's game being football, well, soccer here in America, it's been on display, but at least for a few more days, America is going to stay as a soccer country because the boys in the red, white, and blue advanced to the round of 16 as they won last night against Bosnia and Herzegovina, unique New York, as they won 2-0. And guys, the place was bumping from the jump. I got to watch with friends. We've seen this. We saw with the men's and women's hockey team winning at the Olympics. The camaraderie, the excitement. And for the U.S., they win a knockout game, and now they are one win away from going to the quarters, a place that they haven't been back to since 2002. Initial reaction, because we'll wait until after to get into all the drama. But are we U.S. just going all the way? Are they about to? They're favored against Belgium coming up here.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a wild series of events. I mean, Germany somehow is not in it, and that's very strange.
There was a lot of upsets early.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, gone.
Yeah.
Germany, gone. And in that game, Paraguay just
I don't understand.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema. And it's going to continue on here the next couple days, as far as these matches to finish out the round of 32 going into the round of 16. For those that are wondering, it did expand. That's why in the past it was group stage to knockout, which was the round of 16, and a win would bring you to the quarters. Now there's a chance for, if you've seen some pools, they've had 3 teams go and some have 2. Well, that's how this situation played out for the U.S. They won their group. They faced one of the teams. In this case, was Bosnia, and they were the 3rd seed over there. And whammy, the U.S. wins 2-0. Zach, I know you made a comment on this. The free kick and the place exploding. Where's the glasses? I don't have cinema.
That was, as someone who has an extensive history of about 3 weeks of diehard U.S. soccer fandom, greatest goal I've seen us score. But it was yesterday. This is the one thing. It's just been so much fun. There's something about the U.S. being in this position at home on their own, in the United States. Everything about the international fans coming in, like we just saw with the Michael Harris fan section. The streets are filled. You saw Norway fans going nuts when the Mets gave up a 2-run bomb at home because they didn't care. They just loved the home run. Like, it is just, this entire World Cup has been so much fun. It's made it even better that the United States is playing the best they ever have, really, in a World Cup. Everything about it. Just what a fun time right now in the United States, and really just World Cup as a whole. It's been amazing.
It's been a good time. We're gonna deep dive into that in just a little bit, because we got to talk a little baseball, that is, and also in this case, to keep in mind, we're getting into. Some players will say there's dog days in June. Well, then there's some excitement around the All-Star break. You get a recharge, and then you've heard the phrase the dog days of summer going into August after the trade deadline. But right now we're in July, and there's a lot more questions than there are answers in the baseball world. There's no surprise. In the AL, look no further. It's only 4 teams that are actually doing solid. The rest of them are thinking, what the hell is going on? So to help me kind of break that all down, and Mike, if you're ready, give me a thumbs up behind the scenes. Ready to rock? Well, it's on MLB Network Radio, making a debut with us. But let's bring on Mike Farron. Mike, how we doing?
I'm good, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Like, I got to say, with the World Cup going on and with the All-Star game is going to be coming up here, the 250th, obviously the U.S., and it's going to be in Philly. Which kind of can be sometimes a slow summer period, plus then the NBA trades. Like, summer's kind of humming right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it normally is. I mean, I cover college and Major League Baseball, and so this is usually a time where it slows down a little bit for me because I only have one sport to talk about. But it has been a fun summer so far. I'm looking forward to both the All-Star game and the trade deadline coming up, and what should be at least a pretty interesting stretch run in both leagues.
It should be. Well, yeah, you're staying busy this summer, and also for just your thoughts or opinions with the MLB draft being pushed back. Does that make it more stressful for you when it comes to any type of college coverage?
Not for me. No, I mean, for me personally, it doesn't, because I mean, the college season ends now before the draft, and I think either way, it wouldn't be a stressor on me. I think it is probably a little less stressful for those players that would be, playing in a super regional and be drafted. I remember Dansby Swanson was playing a game in Champaign, Illinois, when he went number 1 overall. Vanderbilt was on the road at Illinois in a super regional. And that has always been a little bit weird, where guys got drafted during games. So from that standpoint, it's better, I think. I would say that the people that are the most stressed are every scouting executive and most agents and a lot of the players at this point. And for the scouts and the organizations, it goes twofold, because the draft being 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks ahead of the trade deadline means that it's a lot of activity compressed into a very short amount of time. And for the amateur scouts and the amateur scouting departments, it's difficult because, like, the Perfect Game National Showcase is going on right now for 2027s. That's a big deal with 300 players that are in Miami right now playing, and we're still 10 days away from the draft, right? So it's a little bit of a challenge for those people who are involved in scouting. They do not like this schedule very much, but I'm not sure that their opinion matters on it.
Unfortunately, the decision has already been made. It is what it is, and it is going to be what is going to be as we continue on, at least for this year. Let's talk a little bit of ball about what could happen in the next 30 days. And you actually quote tweeted this. So I believe Mark Bowman had a tweet out that said recent teams that have lost 13 of 17 at any point during a season and reached the playoffs. And for those that are wondering, on that list in 2025, the Tigers, the Guardians, and Mariners all made the playoffs last year. 2024, the Phillies, Yankees, and Mets. And in 2023, the Rays, D-backs, and Rangers, and the Rangers beat the D-backs in the World Series. That's what the tweet says.
Yeah.
You quote tweeted and said, "This is both incredible and a great reminder that the bar to make the postseason is much lower than it was 5 years ago." And here's the kicker, because you threw out a percentage. 40% of the teams in Major League Baseball make the postseason. Does that sound like your rating?
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. It's 6 teams in each league, so you're talking about 12 of the 30 that make it. The bar is much lower to get into the postseason now, and I think that makes for a more exciting postseason because baseball's playoffs are not like the NBA. The favorite wins at a much lower percentage than it does in other sports leagues, and so I think that's great for creating a tournament that gives everybody who makes it an opportunity to win. It is probably less exciting if you're interested in the best teams playing in the World Series, because I think it happens. The more rounds of playoffs that you layer in, the fewer opportunities there are to have best against best. So, it's the reality of the situation. Like, if they're going to have expanded playoffs, which they have, and it's been pretty successful, I think, in that, there are a ton of teams that have been getting opportunities to go to the postseason now. When you have that high a percentage getting in, you're going to have an opportunity to have years where, like, an 84 win Diamondbacks team takes on an 89 win, I think it was an 89 win Rangers team in the 2023 World Series.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember the Rangers well, Mike. They came to Baltimore and absolutely beat the crap out of the Orioles. Now they beat the crap out of everyone on the road. And that's the part about postseason baseball. The Rangers were not a good road team that year, and yet they were perfect in the postseason. If I'm not mistaken, the Astros-Rangers series, I don't think they won a game at home in that best of 7.
Both teams won only road games. Yeah.
So here's this part. So let's look at the American League, because that is the one that's been under the most scrutiny, because there are just a few teams that are actually separated themselves. So there's 2 in the AL East. It's the Yankees and the Rays. And then the White Sox have been a great story, the Guardians as well. And then the Rangers and Mariners only sit a game over 500. But this wild card, all right, it's ugly. There's a lot of time left, and there's a lot of teams under 500. With that tweet that you had before us talking about, who are you eyeing that could make a push here as we're going over the next 30 days, which will make it really interesting come deadline time?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good question. I don't know that I feel confident in any of the teams in the American League making a push. And that includes the team that's leading the American League West and the team that currently holds one of the wild cards. I would say, like, out of those, I take it back. I think Seattle's actually a pretty good team. I think they've had kind of a middling start. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up in the high 80s in win total and end up winning that division fairly handily. But the rest of the grouping, it's hard to say. Texas has been playing really well this week, but they've just put their 2 best offensive players on the injured list over the course of the last several days with Wyatt Langford and Corey Seager. So you would expect them to come back down to earth a little bit. Houston has been playing great over the last couple months, last month and a half, let's say. They're still 3 games under, and they have some major question marks with their pitching. Minnesota has been able to slug, but their bullpen is really bad. Their starting pitching has just been kind of okay. And remember, this is a team that nobody thought particularly highly of coming into the year. Toronto has never been able to seem to get on track. Their starters haven't been as good. The offense hasn't been as reliable as it was a season ago. The A's have no pitching, and the Orioles have just not been consistent at all. Detroit probably has the best pitching talent of the group, but I don't think the offense has been consistent enough. And then you've got the Red Sox, who I know you've seen plenty of, and I just don't think the Red Sox are very good. Which is probably a good indication of where their record stands at 37-48. So I've given you a lot of reasons why I don't think any of these teams can make a push. I don't know who will come out of it, because we're currently on that roller coaster where somebody every week or two comes to the forefront and they get hot and they win like 11 out of 14. And all of a sudden you're like, this is the team that's going to make a run. And then they go falling down from the top of the roller coaster and somebody else ends up taking that spot. So I don't know how you try and parse this out. I don't know how teams are going to try and parse this out with what they're doing at the deadline. I would assume that most of them are going to try and add, but there's really a limited number of sellers at this point with Kansas City and the Angels and Colorado, the Mets, San Francisco, probably at maybe Cincinnati. So like you're starting to get some ideas of clarity in the National League, but there's just not a whole lot of clarity in the AL wildcard race at all.
Well, you mentioned the team that we've been following quite a bit. where we're currently located, the Baltimore Orioles have been consistently inconsistent. So I'd like to hear from a perspective, on the outside, and you already started there, but for me being here and watching it, starting pitching overall has been good over the last month plus. But when I look at the team, it just seems that they're not meshing together. And Albie's words were, we're not playing a complete game. But from your perspective, removed from the area, what type of team are you seeing? Because I think it's always good to get a better lens of how this Orioles team is being looked at from a national sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple things, right? Like, I think that they have some really good high-end talent, but I don't know that the club is deep enough. And I think that extends to all areas. Like, so I know they're in the top 10 in runs scored, but I think that it's a pretty pitchable lineup outside of the top handful of guys. And like, I'm not even going to count Gunnar Henderson in that, because I think Gunnar Henderson is way better than what the numbers have shown so far this year. And I think he's going to, at some point, he's going to go off. Like, I think at the end of the year, but Gunnar Henderson's baseball card is going to look pretty similar to the way that it has throughout the first part of his career. But I do think that there are some questions and some fits and starts that you have, especially with young players in the middle and back of that lineup, especially in that lower third. I think defensively, they're not a great team. I think they have a couple of really good defensive outfielders. I think Taylor Ward plays with solid left field. I think Colton Cowser's played a great center, but I don't think they're a great defensive team. They really have not been great on the corners and the infield. I know Pete Alonso got everybody excited the first week of the season. He made a couple of great plays, but Pete's not the rangiest first baseman. He's worked really hard to get to this level defensively, which I realize sounds like I'm damning him with faint praise, but it speaks to his work ethic, because he was almost unplayable as a first baseman in the minor leagues. That guy has worked his tail off to get to this point. Kobe Mayo's really struggled defensively at third. They have not had their middle infield, but for 110 plate appearances now with Holiday and Henderson together. So that's part of it too. And I don't think Holiday's been great defensively to this point. The back of the rotation is a little thin, and the bullpen is probably 2 arms short. So, like, is there a path there for them to be able to add? Yeah. And Mike Elias has said that he wants to, right? But can you fill all or most of those holes, or can you fill enough of those holes to end up in a spot where you have 82 or 83 wins? Maybe, but it's going to cost you a fair amount of prospect capital in order to do it. And I don't think that they're swimming in prospects the way that they were, certainly 3 or 4 years ago.
And it's a different, I don't want to say it's a different circumstance than what it was 3-4 years ago. This expectation was certainly different. They weren't expected to be a competitive team. And then 23 happened, and now they're expected to be a playoff team. And was that something, at least out of curiosity, going into this year, did you think that the Orioles should have competed on paper?
Yeah, I think they were competitive. Listen, they are competitive, even though they're under 500. They're still the mix of the wild card, right? So I think, I don't remember if I picked them or not, but I think that they certainly were a team that was in the wild card mix coming into the year. I didn't think that they were as good as the Yankees on paper, and I still think New York's the class of the division, even though they've had a rough last 7 games. Tampa Bay is a bit of a surprise. I don't think that the Rays were a team that even internally that they viewed as being quite this good to this point, but they do a lot of little things well. Their offense has been better than expected. Their defense is very good. The pitching, I know this will shock everybody, but the Rays pitching has been very good. So I think, I looked at it as, hey, listen, I don't think Toronto maybe is quite as charmed as they were a year ago. I think the Orioles have a good young core. I liked a couple of the moves that they made this winter. I thought Ward was going to bring some on-base ability and maybe a little bit of power. He's done one of those two things, although the power's ticked up lately. Pete Alonso gives them a bona fide middle-of-the-lineup hitter. I liked what they did there. I thought they were a little short in the rotation, but so were most of the other American League teams. And I think it's kind of played out that way, albeit with a record that, like if you had told me that they were 2 or 3 games over 500 at this point, I probably would have bought it more than them being, 41 and 47 or 41, 48. So I think that's maybe where the difference is and where the record lies, not in where their place in the standings is as far as being just a couple of games out of the wild card spot.
And I always laugh, Mike, now, if I wish that the Rays took an interest in me, because I swear I was talking to Steady Mullins about this when he signed. He said he was one of my teammates in the minors. And I said, well, hey, congrats on the 1-year deal. He goes, yeah, it feels good. It feels that the Rays, you go there and they might help you get right. I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, they traded for Brian Baker from the Orioles, and Brian Baker has developed. They seem to trade guys at the right time away and add people in. And then you go, how the hell do they just keep doing this? I remember Drew Rasmussen coming up through the system in AAA as he was trying to find his spot. Shane McClanahan's a beast, but you're right. The Yankees should be better, but the Rays continue to be the Rays of this last 16, 18 years where they just find ways to win. I think they're in the top 4 in wins in all of baseball since 2010.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, like it's not like they're devoid of talent. I mean, they have a superstar in Junior Caminero. Yandy Diaz is having a great year too. He's hitting over 330 in a league that's hitting in the 240s. To be hitting 330 is astronomical. I mean, he's having this great year. Jonathan Aranda is a really good player. They just don't have a ton of depth with it, but they do play great defense. And that's part of why Cedric Mullins is there, right? Like, is they play great defense, and he has swung the bat much better over the course of the last month. So I think those are benefits. They have a stable of really good young arms. They are not quite as deep on the mound right now. This felt like it was going to be a transition year because they have a number of players that are matriculating their way through the upper minors that I think are probably less likely to impact them at some point this season than they are maybe in the second half of next year. But they're kind of ahead of schedule. And from what I understand, talking to somebody at the Rays just this morning, they are planning to be fairly aggressive at the deadline. They feel like that there's an opportunity for them to win not just the division, but also to win in the American League postseason. So they're going to have a few things cooking in an effort to try and improve that roster. And their path to do that is far cleaner than most of the other American League teams because they sit in first place and are, 13, 14 games over 500.
It's certainly been something. Just when you think you have baseball figured out, you don't. No one ever does. And this game's hard, and it is full of surprises, struggles, triumphs, but it's also a game of failure, and you're going to fail a lot, and you're going to have rough days, weeks, months. It's just how do you continue to battle 162? Mike, a few things before I get you out of here. Favorite moment doesn't have to be necessarily team result related. It could just be a story, could be a personal experience you've had from the baseball season. Like, the Juan thing with the White Sox, that's cool. The White Sox are winning games. What's something that Mike Farron's enjoyed, whether it's a story or just a moment that's caught your eye?
I'll tell you, I said this to somebody the other day, like we're going to look at this year and see, an incredible performance from Shohei Ohtani again, both as a pitcher and as a hitter. This remarkable, what looks like it's going to be a remarkable National League Cy Young race. You're going to see these incredible individual performances with Kyle Schwarber coming close to 60 home runs, and with the ball flying the way it is, some pretty massive home run totals, which are really cool. And yet the lasting image of this season is going to be teams sectioning off portions of their stadium so a bunch of dudes can take their shirts off and swing them over their heads.
Tarps off, baby.
So like that to me is like what the story of the season is like all this incredible stuff is going on the field, and yet teams are literally cordoning off sections to have tarps off sections. Like it is both so hilarious and ridiculous that to me is the lasting image of baseball 2026 so far.
Have you gone into any of the tarps off sections yet, Mike?
No, I tend to keep the tarp on, Ryan. At 50, you don't look as good with the tarp off as you do at 30 or 20. So I'll save that to the maybe the less sweaty of us.
It's really become a movement throughout sports, and you'd almost feel like that would have been something that came out in college, or people watching games. You felt like that would fit there more. No, it's a baseball, Major League Baseball games. They're all over the place.
Listen, man, I grew up in the Midwest, and like when I saw, that started in St. Louis, that tracks.
Wait, what? And I for those that haven't been with college baseball, the College World Series, We're trying to go next year. We're trying to get more involved with that. What is that atmosphere like, since we're talking about in the Midwest, for a place? Big Ben McDonald, I'm close with.
I'm sorry, you cut.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut out for a second there. Were you asking about Omaha? Is that what you were asking about?
Yeah. Well, I just want a lowdown of Omaha, Mike.
Yeah.
You know, what's the experience? And for those that haven't been there, Big Ben loves it.
Yeah, and he should. I mean, it's usually all LSU fans, so they, can't go more than 2 feet without signing an autograph, whether LSU's there or not. It's awesome, and it's been fun watching it grow over the last 15 years since moving downtown from this new kind of sterile feeling ballpark with a lot of space around it, but no clear plan of how it was going to develop, to what we've seen now over the last 4 or 5 years, which is this incredible area with a ballpark village that's opened up, these bars and restaurants that have late night concerts every night. It is an incredible experience, I think, for if you're just going to hang with friends, right? Or just to get out of town and go to some ball games, see some great competition, and be at a festival of baseball as a grown-up, you can have a good time. If you want to bring your family with, it's absolutely a family atmosphere as well. And I think that's the thing that the College World Series has really captured, is that, I think MLB wishes that the All-Star Game was this huge festival of baseball, and it kind of is, but it's not to the same degree that the Men's College World Series is. And I think part of it is because it's in Omaha every year. And, it's been 50 years that it's been there. It is a place that 75 years it's been there. 1950 was the first one. So it's the 75th season of it, because we didn't have one in 2020, but the city rolls out the red carpet for it, right? The locals love it for the most part. I think there's some that are probably annoyed by there's being traffic. Like, it's a super walkable city with a ton of fun places to be able to go. And the experience is one that is addictive enough that you want to go back to experience it again. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. We've got this kind of small fraternity of people that cover college baseball nationally. When I was doing just MLB stuff for 6 years, I missed that. I missed being a part of the college game. The atmospheres, as you were at South Carolina, right? Like, the atmospheres in an SEC environment are incredible, and the top ACC ones, and what we see in the college baseball postseason is great. And that started to spill over into Omaha. It's like even the day games are starting to be pretty full, and you're averaging close to 25,000 fans per game. It is just a really special event. And it's one that, if you love baseball, like, you're going to love the experience of being at the College World Series. And it is a place where you absolutely can feel great about taking your kids, and they're going to have a good time as well.
I think I'm going to enjoy this as a media business trip without family. And as I have a family, then I'll look to that as well. And I grew up in a ballpark, Mike, so
right.
I've now seen every different angle of this, I think, at this point, except I do have to test out. We have our own Rocco, but there's a Rocco's over there, right? That's where the shots are for the team.
Yeah, that's the charity. They're fine. They're not the best. They're not the best Jello shots you're ever going to have.
Do you have a recommendation, or that was just
for Jello shots? No, I don't. I'm too old to have.
I was going to say, are Jello shots even any good? Like, in general? So, like, we're the bar's kind of low.
Depends on what time of night it is.
Yeah, it depends on what state of mind are you in when you're having the Jello shot, and what's your expectation?
Yeah. Like, is the next stop White Castle? Then the Jello shot's probably delicious.
Yeah, then it tracks.
Well, I guess for me it was just like, well, what actually constitutes as a good Jello shot? Because they're not all. I mean, all of them are not really all that great.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that this one lacks pizzazz. How's that?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to be thinking about that. So next year, my plan, I hope we're all there. I would love to go. If you're there, would love to get together with you. The other part, though, the dangerous part of Jello shots is you might not know how much alcohol are in those suckers. And that's where
there's very much in theirs.
The alcohol is very much in theirs.
So I don't think there is very much in theirs. I think it's limited.
So that makes sense.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I have been in situations where I've had a different range of outcomes when it's come to Jello shots. Where later on maybe the next day, it's usually the next day, I go, what in the hell happened? I don't have a problem, Mike. I swear. I just, I have a good time, and you live and you learn in the process here. You've had a hot dog, I assume, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is how we're closing this out. It's 4th of July. All right. So a lot of people like to grill out. People love their hot dogs, or heck, you might be going to a ball game. So toppings to me would be peppers, onions, you name it. Those are toppings. I'm talking condiment or no condiment. If you like a plain dog, that's fine. But Mike Farron, what is going on your dog?
If it's just condiments, we're talking mustard and that's it. I'm from Chicago. We're not allowed to put ketchup on hot dogs unless you're under the age of 12. It's a sin to do that. So
agreed.
Straight up mustard.
Is that so? That's actually no ketchup after you turn 12 years
we
old?
would never do that. No, now in Chicago, we do a lot of toppings on our dogs. A Chicago style dog will have tomato on it, and it will have a dill pickle spear. It'll have onions and pickle relish, and it'll have some celery salt on it and a little bit of mustard. And if you want to order that and feel like a Chicagoan, you walk up to any place and tell them to run it through the garden, and then they'll take care of you.
So you're giving me all the tips here. I got my tips for going to Omaha. I got my tips for going to Chicago.
There you go.
And now I know your dog order. Well, Mike, for our audience and for everyone out there, where can they find you on socials, and where can they hear you for the next time they want to hear Mike Farron?
Well, I work with Jim Duquette every day on MLB Radio, so yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
We should have talked more about that with Jim.
I figured we were going to hit it at group therapy.
Do we want to talk about Jim? Do we like Jim?
We love Jim.
Jim
and I have been partners for close to 15 years. And so I am pretty sure that he and I talk more frequently per day than my wife and I do.
That would check out.
Yeah.
That would check out. Is Jim doing okay? Is he hanging
great.
in there? Yeah. I haven't bothered him in like a month.
No, he's doing good. He's doing great. He's getting prepped for the draft, so he's all excited about. He's like, let's get this draft going. Let's move. So he's ready to go.
Is there something I should next time I have Jim on that if I bring it up to him, he'll double take me that only maybe you would know?
Ooh, boy, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of something that would be good that he would need to know about. So today he banged his knee into an end table at a break, and it hit him right on the funny bone. Like they just you could feel it, right? Like exactly what happened. That would be one that like only I would know about that you could get him with.
So banging the end table.
Run into any furniture lately, Jim?
Here, that's a problem for you. That would be great. And you know what? I got your contact now. So any other parts you were saying, hey, Rip, this is what you should know. Anytime. Line's open. Let me know. All right, Mike?
Will do.
All right, Mike. Well, hey, happy 4th. Hope you have a great weekend and look forward to talking to you soon.
You too. Take care.
Mike Farron, everybody. There's only Kyle Yeomans and myself love the plain dog. Did you heard that the other day?
I heard you got his name right. Finally.
I did. I get it right every time. I get it right, get it tight, right?
I have evidence that is not true.
I mean, we already went over this. We already went over it. Rocco was all giddy about it. He only played it 3 or 4 times. Rocco couldn't figure out anything else. By the way, he's trying to play 7 videos yesterday.
Not surprising.
It was easier for me to play spin the wheel with Rocco than it was for Rocco to find 1 video out of 7. He was 1 for 7, and it didn't happen during the show. But I digress. Guys, you still there back there? New voice of the Ravens, Kyle Yeomans. Kyle, how we doing? It's Yeoman.
Yeomans. Yeah.
Yeomans.
So, yeah, take out
New York. Yeomans.
Yeah, Yeomans.
Yeomans. All just quick. Yep. Yeomans.
There you go. Perfect.
I am Kyle Yeomans. Yeomans?
Yeomans.
All right. Jesus.
Never a doubt.
You muted.
You muted yourself.
And here you go. Just continuing to embarrass yourself. You
said
idiot.
I found that one on the first try. It didn't take me long.
Couldn't find the mute button though, could you?
I had to redeem myself. Well,
we did have a meeting earlier, and Rocco said, I'm going to take this call. And proceeded to stay in the room and not mute his mic. So Zach and I are talking about the show, like what we're doing. And then
you just hear Rocco the whole time.
I thought I was far enough away to where you guys wouldn't hear the conversation.
To the computer?
Well, no, I stood back there, like near my bathroom, and I
Jesus.
went into the bathroom and was just talking, and I thought I was doing enough to like suppress the voice, but clearly not. You know what? The MacBook picks up everything. I love it.
We're not. I mean, you and I aren't quiet people, Rock.
I know that.
I don't know who you're trying to fool, but I'll be honest. You were not as far back as you thought you were. Like I felt like I could see your ass like right by the chair.
Oh, how'd that look?
I mean, I've seen better, you know?
I don't know.
Because you haven't done leg day. That's why we were spinning the wheel yesterday, Brad.
Did leg day today, actually. So, you know what? I don't appreciate the slander every time that I go to the gym and you guys don't think I do legs. Just because I have skinny legs and ankles doesn't mean that I don't do legs twice a week and try to improve my muscular build there. So that's all I want to say about that.
Thank you for clarifying that.
You're so welcome.
I appreciate that.
You know what,
well,
pissing me off.
Well, you know what? If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. The Ryan Ripken Show. We're live Monday through Friday on YouTube, X, and Facebook, but we are on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts later on. And we also are on the socials at Ryan Ripken Show, wherever it is, YouTube, X, Facebook, or YouTube's at Ryan Ripken Media, X and Instagram, TikTok, which we're working on. That is at Ryan Ripken Show. Guys, this next topic's going to get me hot, and it's actually freaking hot out right now.
Well, so hold that thought because we were still on the the day's events.
Yeah.
Which I still wanted to pick up on.
Yep.
Where we left off.
Yep.
So we talked about how Mike Harris was getting a bunch of love from, the English fans.
Yep.
This might not pertain to you guys a whole lot, but did you know, I should say, that Cadillac actually has a Formula One team this year? First time ever. Did you guys know this?
No, I did not.
Found out right now.
Well, they do. And they suck. They're terrible. It's actually a miracle that they finish a race since they've started this season. However, there's a thing called a livery, okay? The livery is however your cars look for said race, the upcoming race. Maybe there's a special event. Maybe it's a home race for that particular team, so they make it themed. And this week's race happens to be at Silverstone. If you don't know where Silverstone is, it's in Great Britain. It's actually one of the biggest races of the year for Formula One. It's very historic, very prominent. Lots of British racers that are actually in Formula One are racing in this race. Something to be very proud of if you are a Brit. That being said, it is also the weekend that us Americans will be celebrating the 250th birthday of the United States of America. So, what does the worst team in Formula One do? They arrange their livery to look exactly, or to commemorate the 250th anniversary of America being America in one of the greatest races of the year in Britain. So yet again, it's kind of like a weird thing where like, hey, we're going to celebrate kicking your ass on your own turf 250 years ago.
But they suck.
But they suck, right? So it's like, hey, we're going to drag our nuts across your pavement. Look, here's what it looks like, though. It's actually kind of badass, if I'm honest. This is what it looks like. The new Cadillac livery for this weekend is to commemorate the 250th anniversary of America being born.
I mean, I think it looks good. I don't like the fact that they're awful.
The back looks pretty cool, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. But it's like,
nice design. We suck at racing.
Nice design. Here's the thing, and they might not even finish this race. That's the pitiful part.
That's even worse.
Okay, are they the worst? Are they the worst team?
Yes. Hands down. They don't have 1 point this entire season.
No,
not even a point. So, like, can you like put that in baseball terms for me?
Yeah.
Yes. So if you finish in the top 10, so there's 2 race car drivers or 2 cars per team in Formula One.
Okay.
So there's 2 Cadillac drivers. If any one of your drivers gets in the top 10 for any race in the season, you at least get 1 point, and you get more points the higher places you finish. Cadillac has 0 points.
Damn.
Not one of their drivers have gotten into the top 10 this entire season.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, a lot of times they just haven't finished. Whether their car's blown up, they've actually caught on fire last week. Both vehicles did. So it's been quite a mess. But hey, it looks cool.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in Britain on July 4th. Well, the weekend of July 4th. So it's pretty.
Here's to them finishing the race.
That's why a lot of fans, a lot of Formula One fans, especially those who live in the Americas, are like, hey, maybe this is a sign. Maybe just maybe them changing things around as far as the looks of the vehicle will perhaps allow them to finish the race.
You look good, feel good, play good.
You get paid good?
That's what it is, right? And
Maybe.
also, so that they're racing in Formula right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what that's from, Zach? A little Formula
No.
So Misery says that they're not the worst. Audi is also pretty terrible, but like Audi's actually finished races, and Cadillac is just really tough out there.
Formula
Did we just become a Formula One show?
Are we becoming one right now?
I don't
We
know.
might be.
I think this might be a match made in heaven. Who knows?
Hey, Bali, who was your favorite, F1 racer at the time? Mine was John Girard.
Verstappen. Is he still going?
Yeah. Is he still going? It's not even
Isn't
30
he the
yet.
GOAT? Isn't he the GOAT?
No,
Lewis
I
Hamilton.
love
Lewis
that.
Hamilton's the
I
guy.
love the
I was gonna say,
Verstappen.
Verstappen. Isn't he
meme.
the one that everyone like needs to stop now? Like he just keeps winning.
No, that was like a couple of years ago. Yeah, he's won 4 championships.
Yeah.
But Lewis Hamilton is the big dog, and then
He is.
there's Michael Schumacher.
And then John Girard is one of the first that went from Formula to NASCAR.
Yeah, a lot of guys did that though.
Yeah, but I feel like he was one of the most prominent ones.
Yeah,
Led the
Montoya.
league in broken arms too.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Very nice.
Probably one
Anyhow.
of the biggest storylines out there.
Yeah,
That's-
Glad you
that's,
haven't heard of him, Zach.
that's what's going on in Formula One this weekend.
Very famous.
I like that.
Just a kind of a weird thing.
Love it. Only
Formula-
guy to ever get out of his car and finish a race on foot too. Well, one of two. It's pretty impressive.
Dude, that was freaking.
I do remember that.
Zach, I'm very surprised you haven't seen this highlight before.
I know you're talking about movie. I understand.
What sucks to me is like you don't know what movie, and that really hurts my heart.
It does.
Yeah, I'm
If
not.
you're
Gonna
not
lie.
first, you're last.
Oh, is it Talladega Nights? Why?
There we go. Very nice. Very nice.
Listen, I mean, I'm sorry.
I was like, okay, this is definitely a Talladega Nights thing. But then I was like, I'm going to talk about Verstappen because I know someone who does F1. I'll drop some ball knowledge.
I dropped some ball knowledge too. John Girard, the future. Ricky, the past.
We're talking
Crepes.
rings. Lewis Hamilton. I was name dropping.
He was name dropping.
Yeah, I mean, you are. I mean,
Zach,
Lewis
Zach at
Hamilton-
least, acted like he knew anything about Formula One.
Thank
I
you.
liked it. Yeah, that was good.
I try. I try.
Cal
to
Naughton
really
Jr.
Yeah. The Magic Man.
Anyways, that was what I wanted to I thought it was a good tack on to what we were talking about
It
earlier.
was.
What was
It
it?
was. It's the 250th and Rocco. Can you
Now
get?
you see me? Now you don't.
He just can't stop.
It's my fault for that.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, you got me. You got me.
Shake and
Oh,
Bake
yeah.
is dead. Magic Man and El
He
Diablo.
goes, well, Ricky, what if I finish? What if you slingshot me? He's like, what's the line? He's like, well then
Yeah,
I would finish first or something along those lines.
Then I wouldn't win.
Yeah, then I
You
wouldn't
see what I,
win.
what I
right.
mean?
This might be worse than dead air. Just shut the hell up, Rocco.
It's so great.
Oh,
The vibrations of the car.
to the car.
All right. It's getting hot in here. It's hot outside.
It is hot outside.
It's super hot. And actually, if it's hot, and Zach, you've had some problems with your car in the AC. Well, guess what, my friends over at AutoStream? If we cross from this stream back to the other,
There we go.
our friends at AutoStream, well, they want you to remind, they got a nice, we're going to take the double play off because double play, it's gone. Shake and bake, it's gone. But you know what's up there? And you know what's going to be yours if you need it because it's hot? The $100 off any AC that you need in your car. That's right. It is smoking hot right now. but AutoStream has 11 locations, and they are running an opportunity that if you need to have something fixed with your AC unit, whether it's filters, it ain't running right, whatever it is, they want to make sure you stay cool this summer. So go on over to AutoStream, mention Ryan Ripken, mention the $100 off AC promotion, and whammy, it is yours for any AC service that you need on your vehicle. So from one stream back to another, it's hot, steamy. Sometimes it's another way to describe people being pissed off, mad, frustrated. So we mentioned that the USA is moving on, but the USA was up 1-0 in the 63rd minute or so, and the game got turned upside down. And Rock, correct me with the pronunciation.
Flo Balogun.
Flo Balogun. Thank you.
I might be saying it wrong, but that's how I pronounce it.
So Flo has been the U.S.'s most impactful offensive performer.
Yep.
Best striker. He scored the first goal of that game in the round of 32 that sent the U.S. fans into a frenzy. But then in the 60th plus minutes of the game, there was a play that was stopped for VAR review. And Flo Balogun went from no card on the field to VAR and the referee determining it was a red card. And what does that mean for the short term? Of the USA dropped to 10 men in that game. Now, they did tack on the free kick goal that put them ahead and really solidified for good that Bosnia wasn't coming back and won that game 2-0. But when you get a red card in the World Cup, you are suspended for the next match. So when the USA welcomes Belgium to the round of 16, they're going to be without Flo because you can't even appeal this. But guys, why don't we break this down a little bit? Zach, can we pull up a photo, a picture of the play itself?
There we go.
Drop
this
the
is the side by side.
So the one on the left is Flo. The one on the right, you're wondering, what's that have to do with anything, Ryan? Well, that's Lionel Messi, icon around the world. One of the best soccer players, football players that the world has ever seen. He's had a great World Cup, broke the World Cup record for goals. But the point is, when you slow down replays, you can look and it can seem pretty malicious. Well, the one on the left with Flo led to a red card and his suspension. The one on the right with Lionel Messi was not reviewed nor given any card, yellow or red. And guys, I love sports, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I am watching each and every soccer game that goes on throughout the world. But I am trying to understand how this came to be, because this is a seismic decision that you're making. And don't take my word for it. Why don't we play one of the first videos here, Bali, of explaining why the outrage is, and then we'll talk on the next video about VAR.
Of whether or not that was a good call by the ref.
It was a terrible call. I think when you slow the video down and you see the freeze frame, it looks very dangerous. You see Balogun studs on the back of the opposition's, let's say, calf. But there was no malicious intent in this tackle. It's a tangle of feet. Balogun's the one that's unfortunate, ends up scraping on the back of the calf, and it looks worse than it actually was. He wasn't even trying to make a tackle. You have to feel for the US squad. You have to feel for Flo Balogun. He's an important player, and now he misses the next game. It's a shame. I think they got the call wrong there.
Is there a player then you think could step in if Balogun is out, when he is out, to try and fill that?
So there is one of the first reactions with that, and that was Bradley Wright Phillips explaining why he thought it was a bad call. Because when you do slow things down, then some cases, it was like when we had the pass interferences that you could challenge in the NFL. In the moment, you got to see the context. When you slow it down, there's so much hand grabbing where you can then choose, oh, well, there's the penalty. And in the moment, if you watch the game, no one thought twice of any malicious intent by Balogun on the play. The ball was in the air. They're fighting for position, moved around, and he stepped on him. But it wasn't a specific targeted move. Now, VAR, because this is the other part of this where if you are in favor of it being a red card or reaching the technicalities, that's completely fine. But VAR as a whole, Bali, here's this video that can explain why people are frustrated on this side because of, well, to put it lightly, just the lack of clarity over the years.
U.S. men's national team. When's the last time you had a striker who scored 3 goals in a World Cup? One that is this dynamic, this dangerous, that can create for himself and for others. And with the circumstantial action, you put it into slow motion, you put it into freeze frame, you take it into VAR, and it looks terrible. It looks like he comes across the Achilles tendon of his opponent, and it's an easy red to dissect. But I'm with Jurgen. The problem here is that VAR is so inconsistent. FIFA is so inconsistent. What's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. Messi does this, and it's low-hanging fruit. Messi's one of a few players that have done this action, and it doesn't get called. It's not even a foul. There's no card. Fowler and Balogun does this, it gets reviewed, and when you put it under review, when you slow it down, when you go picture by picture, obviously there's contact. He comes across the Achilles, and you're going to red card him. The problem isn't that this is a red card. It's that it's so inconsistent that it leaves fans and us pundits frustrated. How can you not call that one and call this one? How can you not impact that play, that person, and impact this play, this person? That's what would frustrate me if I was playing in the VAR era.
I think that's very well said. And again, both those videos courtesy of ESPN. And guys, this is what we always want in sports. Consistency when it comes to calls. And I understand that they're not always going to get calls right. It's baseball season in the U.S. as well. We see when they go to reviews that some plays don't get overturned, and you sit there and go, why? Or why is it here? Why is it not there? And it's up to interpretation. That's always where this gets dicey. But the problems here with VAR is the inconsistent results or what you deem to be reviewed and what's deemed not to be reviewed. And you just heard about with Messi. Messi's wasn't even reviewed. It was Balogun's call was reviewed, not called in the moment for a foul. And also, guys, it can't be reviewed. And there's a chance, we're seeing in some articles out there, that this could be, FIFA's going to review if this is a longer ban for Balogun. Like, Bali, like it's insane.
Yeah.
When and I think that for fans, you just want consistent rules and guidelines. And this one, it's not just being an American, but for any soccer fan, like this one is very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, FIFA as a whole, we've seen so many things, and obviously the VAR, the VAR era, it changes the game. Review, when you slow anything down, changes the game. I will say, when we talk about kind of FIFA and doing their own thing and like they make their own rules, you can see it in those 2 videos that ESPN, that we just played from ESPN, because FIFA refuses to even give ESPN rights to the game footage. That's why they were using pictures. So this is not, FIFA saying, oh, well, there's no appeal process. We can review things to make it worse, but you cannot. It's FIFA doing FIFA things. It's what they do. I've seen some things. It's very, I guess, common that they'll review this. Be shocked if it's given more than the 1-game suspension. But you also can't ignore the fact of how much this impacts the next game. Like, you can talk about, Balogun. Like I said, am I the biggest soccer fan in the world? No. But that is, the U.S. is at this moment. Pulisic probably is the best all-around player when you talk about what he can create for others, his open space, when he gets the ball in open space, what he can do with it, distributing, scoring, everything. But Balogun has been that guy this World Cup. So, yes, is Balogun on the level of Messi? No. But is this impact on Team USA important enough that this should have been looked at differently? Yes. This changes everything for this game. That is the US's best scorer this entire World Cup. One of the best scorers we've seen the United States have ever. When you talk about the performance he's on, and now that we've seen all the things about the world rankings of the teams the U.S. has beaten, 64th, 46th, 26th. Belgium's 9. This is the toughest task the United States has had this World Cup, and they now go into it without their top striker, their top scorer, not because of something that we looked at and we went, damn, in the moment, the ref, hey, bang, bang play, ref made a decision, and that happens. It's slowing down something and looking for a reason to pull that red card. That's what they were doing. They weren't looking at that going, okay, what are we going to do? Okay, they reviewed it for a red card. And you show up, and when you look at it, and if you in your mind are looking for a red card, and then you slow everything down frame by frame, just like they just said, you are going to find something that you can convince in your mind is worthy of a red card. Yes, you can. How many freeze frames can we grab from sports where if you put it out of context, you're like, what the hell was going on in this freeze frame? And then you see the whole context and you're like, oh, that makes sense. It was one of those. They both went to play the ball. Oh, it was an aggressive step that he didn't stop his balance. Don't know if these guys have ever fallen before, but the whole point of falling is you wouldn't fall if you could stop yourself from falling. That's why it's falling. He didn't stomp. It'd be different if he stomped on him with his full balance. If you look for something, if you're looking for a red card and you are slowing down frame by frame every pixel of that play, you're going to find a way for there to be a red card. And that's why I love what these guys on ESPN Sports Center were saying. It's not that there wasn't anything that could be ruled a red card. It's the inconsistency of if you're not going to call it there, don't slow something down looking for a red card to then impact not only this game, but the next.
I'd be interested to see, because the Messi, Argentina game, and then this USA game against Bosnia and Herzegovina, it was different referees. So you had different refs, I believe. Yeah. I would be interested to see, and we're playing what ifs now, we're playing hypotheticals, but like that's what we do. We're talking sports right now. If Messi was in that situation with the same ref, with the same VAR system, if he would have been given a red card in that moment, in that point in time, and I will almost bet everything I owe.
Like I owe right now.
Absolutely freaking not. It's not going to have. Sorry, getting a call right now. But anyway, like I just don't understand why that's a red right there. I get. Listen, what I do understand is that he did put his cleat on the back of the Achilles. That is true. Okay, but the intent was not there. He was getting, bumped around a little bit. Feet got tangled, like you said, Zach, and that's what it led to. If Balogun looked down and he was attempting a tackle, if he was looking to, stomp maliciously on the back of the player's leg, give him a red. He's suspended for the next game. USA has to live with that. But what makes me sick to my stomach right now is, like you said, Zach, you're playing the number 9 team in the world going into Monday, and you have to do it without your top goal scorer. And that really sucks. And I've been, looking up, because you look at the NBA sometimes and what constitutes a flagrant 1, what constitutes a flagrant 2, just looking up what constitutes a red card. Okay. And I just want to give you the description right now of what would constitute a red card. Given out for major infractions like serious, dangerous fouls, serious foul play, violent conduct, spitting, or intentionally using a hand to stop a clear goal scoring opportunity. I did not see any of that there. I saw 2 players getting tangled up, legs got crossed, Balogun's foot, like that on the back of the Achilles. And like you said, Zach, when you slow it down, it looks so bad.
Yeah.
But there was no intent to harm there. And a player of that caliber, knowing the stage, knowing the situation, would not be stupid enough to make a foul like that in that moment. So it sucks not having Balogun in the next round. Hopefully USA can, kind of get their guys together, play as a team, and advance again. But that's all you can hope for right now, because there's no going back from a player being suspended or given a red card.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yep.
More so in this case with everything that's happened in this World Cup. I'm cool with calls that are going to be missed because it's a part of it. I mean, hell, Zach, there was a missed penalty opportunity for the U.S. earlier in the game. If you pull that video up real quickly, where Balogun is through and you can see him getting tugged right there, of course you miss it. But so for me, I don't know enough about to say, hey, what constitutes going back and looking at plays and making the right plays? If he doesn't get held there on that initial one, it's a good chance that the USA might be scoring on that one, on that goal. Now, obviously, they won the game. And obviously, we know in soccer there can be some flopping moments, and you're trying to see what is the angle. But I hope that someone can look at there and go, hey, yeah, we're going to look at a VAR, or someone go, hold up, let's watch this again in real time. No, did it look malicious in real time? And if the answer is no, I would say, all right, then play on. If you have doubt, though, then be like, all right, we'll take a look. But in this case, man, it just sucks. And so for the U.S., they win. They'll get ready for another soccer game on Monday, which should be a blast. And hopefully then they go to the quarterfinals, a place they have not been and have only been once. But that was 2002, 24 years ago. And Mexico, obviously, that would be cool for the host countries as well. Mexico won for the first time in 40 years in a knockout game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And just freaking partying. I'm hoping the U.S. has that too.
I think this is the best that American fans have felt about the USA World Cup soccer team in years, as of recently. And then kind of to take the wind out of the sails, hopefully, they can figure it out against Belgium. It's you truly never know what can happen, but it's just such a great feeling to see this team playing at such an elite level, but hopefully they can keep it rolling and we can celebrate again on Monday.
Well, I just don't want the what ifs. That's what sucks about this the most. And that's what's if they win Monday, we will put all of this behind us. It's just going to be a funny, they overcame it. But what stinks is if they lose, let's say, 2-1, just by one goal, you think people aren't going to sit there and for the next 4 years think about what could have been, what would have been the difference? Am I saying that, this is costing the U.S. their opportunity to win it all? No, I genuinely don't think they're going to win it all. I'm hoping they get to the semis as my World Cup championship. They make it to the semis, boom. No one thought we could. You made it to the round of 16 now. That was your kind of what we talked about when I remember sitting there literally as the first game was kicking off and we're like, what are expectations? And we were like, yeah, if they can just win one elimination game, we'd feel good. Well, I hate to be this way. Expectations have changed for this team in a good way. You're no longer just looking for a participation trophy. This team is here to win. And it all starts with the coach. I mean, Pochettino has been absolutely unbelievable. And if you want to talk about the vibes, I'll play this video because this video is actually from Pat McAfee's show back in December. So this is when Poach first was like, hey, we're hosting. This is meet the new manager of the United States national team. And when you hear him talking, this is 6 months before the World Cup. When you hear him talk like this, there's no doubt why this team plays for him. So, warning, if you have any brick walls near you that you don't want to run through, maybe mute this. But, I mean, here we go. Let's hear from Coach a few months ago.
Country that unbelievable people. When you are so excited, it's possible that you can achieve everything that you want. You are right to the moon. You were the first.
Hell yes.
Everything. No, but that is true. It's true. The most powerful country in every single area. Why not in soccer?
Why
that
not?
Is what we want.
Why not in soccer?
Why not? Look, Pat, that is one good thing. Why not us? Why not us?
Hell yeah. Why not? I know why it could happen. That's because we got you.
Why not us? Why
He's embraced it. Why not us? And we'll find out on Monday if the USA can just keep it freaking rolling, man. And we're going to keep rolling as well with our show. And if you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show. We're live Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Brad, do you want to wait for your spicy poll or do you want a conversation?
I mean, Are we ready for the spicy poll?
Well, we had some other news about for people being fired up as well. I didn't know if you wanted to reset.
We can start the fire if you want.
Well, is this fire getting start? Oh gosh, I'm afraid. But
I haven't even seen the poll. Well,
I haven't. This is my thing is I don't know where it's going. How about before that? Then I'm going to say this. Alex Ovechkin is freaking back.
Yeah, let's do that.
Baby. Alex Ovechkin is back. It's not over. Yeah, that was awful. But it's not over.
Jesus.
It was brutal. I tried.
Terrible, Brad, come on. What are we going to do with this guy?
But Alexander Ovechkin, it is not the end of the line. He is back with the Caps yet again in Ovechkin fashion of just very chilling. I just want to go play hockey, score a bunch of goals, and just have a time with the fellas. And maybe just because in a day and age of sports and things change and they shift and we don't always get to see one player continue on with one team, that this is really cool to see a legend continue on with the Caps, and two, that the legend is not calling it quits. And I think it's a double whammy. And if you're from the Maryland region, down in DC, that's the closest hockey team. So I'm fired up about it, fellas. I'm fired up that Ovi's back. I think the Caps really are the region's team. Baltimore, DC, Virginia, like it truly is the team, the hockey team that everyone pulls for. And Alexander Ovechkin is going to just continue to be a crazy son of a gun there on the ice.
I will say, and the biggest thing that I feel like, I don't want to get lost on people is this isn't just a guy coming back to his franchise, returning one last year because he's like, oh, I want this, send off. I want this. The Washington Capitals right now have the 6th best odds to win the Stanley Cup. This is a team that has added this offseason. They were a great story last year. Really, past 2 years weren't really supposed to be much, have overachieved at times, but they've added talent. You get Ovi back for really one last push. I mean, yeah, it's always great when you have that, the legend of the franchise coming back, probably, I would assume, maybe one last time. But the cool thing about this is this is also a team that is looking to win the Stanley Cup, getting back the greatest goal scorer to ever step foot on the ice. And that alone, Ovi out there sitting in the slot, I mean, that's what Capital fans have wanted. It's what hockey fans want. You never want to see these guys go out. You never want to see them. You want to see these guys go out on top. Mm-hmm. And Ovi's got another chance now. I mean, it's going to be tough. There are a lot of really good teams out there. I mean, we've seen it over the past few NHL playoffs. It's going to be tough, but the Caps, man, I mean, you can't just look at this as this is a legend returning for a send-off. This is a guy who wants to win another Stanley Cup.
No doubt about it. And also, by the way, just hit 32 goals last year.
That's what I was just about to say. And he's going to be 41 in September, Rip.
He's 71 away from 1,000.
I think he just needs to play maybe 2 more seasons and get there and just give people what they want.
If he gets 40 this year or something like that.
Yeah. You got to come back.
We need the 1K now.
If he gets the 1K, that's a record that will probably never, ever be broken.
I don't think his record now gets broken.
No, I'm just saying 1,000 would just be that mark, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed, Brad. That's and it's
that shit is bananas.
The Russian machine will not be denied. He keeps going. He literally has an engine that is unlike any other engine in the National Hockey League, and I'd say in sports for that matter. To play such a physical game like hockey, you're out there, you're not. Yeah, you get to sit on the bench when your shift's over, but you have to be at a high level. Your motor has to be going all the time. He's incredible, and he's one of the most well-respected players in the league. And I think in the history of the league, younger Ovi, he came into the league, had the rivalry with the Penguins, had the rivalry with other teams. people might have hated him, but I'll tell you this, they respected him. And that's just, his legacy is something special. It's going to be talked about not only for years after he retires, but years down the line after that. It's he's really truly a special talent, and it's been unbelievable to just live in a time where we get to watch this guy play hockey.
Where were you when Ovechkin got his 1,000th goal? Where were you when Cadillac shocked the world and won this weekend in Formula? Zach.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Why is it on the jukebox? It's, Anyway, Brad, let's. Rocco's been waiting for your poll all day and all night.
You know what, Brad? Let's see your poll.
All right.
Well,
so this went exactly how I hoped it would, as far as fan votership or engagement. And I don't even know if you guys are ready for this, but we'll find out. The question is simply, is Mr. Splash played out? Is Mr. Splash played out? For those of you who are not Orioles fans, Mr. Splash has been around since 2023?
Yeah.
And it was stemmed from the team basically, spraying each other or engaging in, whatever they were doing as far as like spraying each other with hoses and whatever else, drinking from the hose every time they hit a home run. So then the Orioles then decided, let's get the fans involved. They're spraying the fans out there in the outfield. And that has still continued despite the fact that the team no longer participates in said, dong bong, whatever they called it back in the day. So right now the votes split pretty much 50-50. 48 say no, it's not played out. 52 say yes, it's played out. And for me personally, I feel like it is. Like, I know that they made a whole zone for it and everything else, but if the team doesn't really engage in it anymore, and it kind of seems like it's what the heck is going on out there, I'm kind of over it myself. But what say you guys?
this is tough.
I knew it would be.
Look, I am all about the experience. And if it's something that shifted with the team and stayed with the team, and that's what it was. It was a part of the team. The bird bath was a part of the team when it was going well. The problem is things haven't been as going as well. And I think it's more shifted into an experience for – it's really just a fan experience, more about the connection to the team.
Yeah.
It was that team and those guys. There's a lot of – I shouldn't say a lot of familiar faces. There are still a good amount of faces that were here from a few years ago when it started, but the guys that even started this, like Cole Irvin,
James McCann,
gone. Like, those guys are gone. And so, I think the connection for the team is gone. It's just, are you cool with it just as another fan experience part? Like, for me, if it's just that fan experience part and people love it, I want the fans to keep having that. But I don't think that connection is the same for the team. I think that's gone. I think it's something completely different now. So I don't care. I'm fine with keeping it, but the connection that it was initially represented with is no longer the same.
Correct.
I agree with that, Rip. And I think if you're going to, change it or do something about it, you can keep Mr. Splash, call him something else, kind of go with the times as like they change up their, rituals or what they do after a home run or, what they do year in and year out as they change that up, because the players change it up. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's no reason why you can't change it up in the outfield as well and kind of do your own thing out there. But I'm very impartial. Like I don't care either way. It's like, if it's there, it's there. If it's not, whatever.
But that's kind of my point though. If you don't care, and it like, to me, that kind of makes it seem like that, yes, it is played out.
Bolly?
I think, it's played out.
Well, hey, how about this then, Bolly?
It's played out.
In this case, though.
I'm with you.
Right,
like
but
it
not going with the
played out
times.
last year, and
Yeah.
they abandoned it.
Hey, Bolly, though, but putting on the polar bear hat and it becoming a polar plunge, like, all right, that actually went with the times.
I'm the polar plunge. That would be a transition that made sense. But the fact is that you still got a guy out there and a bunch of swimmies spraying people with the hose. Like it seems gimmicky.
It was super. Like I mean, Rip, like you said, it was so much fun because it was team led. They wanted it. It wasn't a media team. It wasn't any of that. It was the team was like, hey, we're doing this. And listen, if they were still winning and their big thing was still the what's it called? The hydration station. If they were still doing the sprinkler and all that, it made sense. It was part of their identity. It feels like kind of like the team. We're just holding on to 2023 instead of just moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. But that's what stinks is they made the whole section. Like they almost designed part of the stadium for it.
Yeah.
Can you just stop that now? Like they've gone too far and now it's always to the point where you can't go back. Like it got played out and they doubled down on it is the issue.
I'm with you.
It's a part of the fan experience, but not a part of the actual team connection of how it was construed. So again, I am cool with if it's there or they removed it. I'm fine with whatever they would want to do.
That's what I'm saying though. Like nobody would be upset in this conversation if it was no longer there. And to me, that further proves my point as to it being played.
What if they made it? What if they did make it themed? Like, what if they did? We talked about doing it on the show, but what if like in that area behind?
Yeah.
Right. Cause there's a little bit of like a space for activities, right?
Yes. Yeah.
What if you they were themed. They were themed specific events. Like maybe we get the big old plastic balls and people are it's like, what is it? You get in the ball and then the bumper balls. I know you're not actually going to do that. That's a liability.
Somebody's going to get shucked on the field.
but I meant like I think if something goes more themed with what's going on each time, and then you bring him back in with all of that, I think that would make sense.
I mean, I'm with Eric here. He says keep the section, change the theme to / player support. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like it would make sense if it made sense, but right now it doesn't make sense. So like, why not rebrand it or call it something else? I would even be okay if it was still just called like the Bird Bath and nothing else. But we all know that the Mr. Splash thing came from
Mr. Splash do weekends. Weekend games, Mr. Splash is
promotion night, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're gonna find out that like Mr. Splash was the person who wrote a note in Brad's car, told him he parked like an idiot, and that's why he's so disgruntled against him right now. He's like, get this guy out of here.
That little sticky note was on my windshield wiper. Go follow me at Own the Chaos. I put it on there. We're not going to say the word on air what exactly I was called for parking like a what. That was something else.
Mr. Splash.
Hey,
it probably was Mr. Splash, and he can't write.
I gotta say, I do know Mr. Splash, great dude. He's a great dude.
I'm sure he is. Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He is a great dude. The part right there about making it into themes, though, like if Boz was pitching and everyone Bod, that would actually be hilarious. Eric, I see you there. That would
you could make the cow pasture back there one day.
You could make it everything. Now, if the team loses, I know some people are going to be mad.
Well, yeah, I think winning cures all, and fans, quite frankly, don't give a shit right now what it is. They just want to see wins. So it's like you win, you can do whatever you want. You're losing, like let's table this conversation for a different time. Circle back, as they say in the sales world.
Let's circle back.
Circle back. Let's table it.
First of all, if you ever say that, you're never closing a sale in your entire
table
life.
it. Yeah, I know.
We'll circle back on this one. How about Monday?
Just touching base.
2 p.m. work for you? Great. Good, great, grand, wonderful. Well, that was a spicy poll there, Brad.
Yeah.
And Rocco, he liked it.
He likes the spice.
He likes the spice. Well, guys, before we continue into some of our traditions, we kind of wind down for
Speaking of traditions.
What traditions?
Well, we were just talking about one, so.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah, that's right, traditions.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into our fourth, hey, why don't you heal, Rocco? Because you don't understand this part. Hey, Zach, we appreciate you and
we appreciate CQ.
Then you can bank on it.
Boom. And our friends over at CQ, just want to remind you, it is halfway through 2026, and we just want to know how your financial plan is going. Is it going the way that you want it to go? Could it be better? Is it worse? Or do you just have questions? Well, CQ has answers, or they have support for you if you want to bounce ideas off, because my good friends at CQ are offering a free 45-minute wellness or financial wellness checkup. And checkups are for everyone, if you are new to the whole financial world and you're just trying to learn more, or for people that are looking to try to make more proper investments and understand of what they can do with the money that they have, because trained financial counselors will help you review your current situation and chart a path forward to reaching those goals. It can help with budgeting, savings, debt management, loan options, and much more. Schedule your free financial wellness checkup at cqmd.org/appointment. And our friends over at CQ, proud sponsor of the Ryan Ripken Show. So, fellas, traditions. It is Throwback Thursday, by the way. So there's one tradition, guys, because it is throwback. It's coming to an end, Rock. Right?
Are you talking about? Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I'm like thinking in my head. I'm like, what tradition are you? Yeah, absolutely, Rip. Let's circle back on that. No, I'm just kidding. The tradition you're talking about is don't look at Brad. I see what you're doing right now. This is
look right
me
at
and
you.
Me and you right now. Thank you.
Jesus.
Okay. The tradition we're talking about is consoles like the PlayStation and Xbox now going without discs at all. I had to make sure I said that right, and I didn't get tongue-tied because that would have been terrible. But they are going discless. Discless 2028, I believe, is when they'll start. And in a way, I get it. Everything's digital. If you're a gamer, I buy all my games on the digital side. I don't really own discs anymore, to the point where like I'm stacking them like I used to when I was a kid. Yeah. Like it would be so cool to stack them in the cabinet. You had everything, NFL Street, NBA 2K, NBA Live, Madden, all your games were like there in a row, and your friends came over and they're like, oh my God, let's go through and see what you got. It's not going to be able to happen anymore because PlayStation has announced that they're going full on mobile, and it's really the end of an era. And it kind of sucks in a way because you talk about the nostalgia. I know times evolve, things change, but some of my favorite times playing games growing up were going to those midnight releases and waiting for that hard copy of the disc and going home with Call of Duty or Halo or like big games that came out. That's not going to happen anymore. And this generation really doesn't get to experience that. But it was fun because it was a sense of community. It was a sense of, okay, keeping GameStop open at the end of the day because like people had a reason to go there. And now that kind of goes by the wayside. So it hurts my heart a little bit, but it's also like, again, times are changing. Everything is going digital and it's the end of an era. So for you guys, like, I guess, what are your thoughts on that? Because it's some people love it. Other people hate it. They're like, I want that copy of the game in my hands.
It just was one of the activities, for college football being released here coming up. I was a huge Madden guy growing up as well. And going to Best Buy or GameStop, and you knew when it came out and you got the game and you have the package in your hand and you're looking at the front of, wow, this is sick. The cover athlete for the game. Still remember when 2005 it came out, Ray Lewis was on the cover. And I'm looking at the front and I'm turning on the back to see the features and the hit sticks involved. And you're just so damn excited to get home. But the car ride, it was with the car ride though, you're like, hurry up, get this going. Yep. But also the excitement of getting there and going back was something that was so cool. I never was the ones that camped out for games, but I did love the idea and option of, oh, I went into trade games at GameStop and I got a new game. There was just something great about getting the physical copy. Now we get it. Times have changed, but Rock, I had a big disc collection. I did.
Watch how you say that.
I did.
Watch how you say that.
Yeah, me too.
You almost slipped. Which Rip, I'm assuming, brings us to our next point, and that's the 4th of July traditions. Correct? Was I right in segueing that?
It was.
Okay. Just checking.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I was just seeing read. I like to read. So I was reading the banner.
God, you're a moron. Why did we invite him back on here?
I don't think an
You were just
invitation
reading
was.
the banner's been up for like 7 minutes.
Understand.
It's actually been up for 84 years.
Yep. Exactly.
But
Also, I will
traditions.
say real fast, I've had a discless Xbox for like 5. I didn't know they were still selling games that
Yeah, me either. Like
When you brought that up, I was like, yeah, I looked up in 2019 they released the first discless Xbox and PS5.
Yep.
Yes, but now they're getting rid of the option. You could still go into any store now and do it, but now they're getting rid of that option because of the digital. I'm with you. Like I haven't played as many games since COVID came out or coming out of COVID, and that's just the times they are changing. I will say N64 though, that thing's still humming. I got that backpack at home. I haven't gotten it out yet, but Super Smash Bros. You want me to take you behind the woodshed and show you how to win or lose? I got you.
I still have the original Nintendo and the gun, and it works. You can still shoot ducks, and it's awesome.
It's those games. That's the nostalgia. Like that I will never lose. But the end of an era for sure. But yes, Rock, traditions. I mean, no more. I'm seeing floppy disks back in the 90s. But by the way, with the 4th of July, you guys big floppy hat people? Like, do you like bucket hats? Are we floppy hat people?
No, I'm not. I wear hats like the one you have on right now.
So you're not? Okay.
I love a good bucket hat.
The straw hats is my jam. Yeah. I'm not a floppy hat guy.
I actually rock you. It was weird. I actually have a photo of you in a bucket hat.
What?
Yeah. Hold
Care
on.
to share it?
Yeah, I'm going to share right now. Give me a second.
Good. This isn't good. Not great. Not great. I don't like this. Why would you do that?
I didn't do anything. I thought.
Don't have my permission to use my photo on the Ryan Ripken Show Airways.
Well, you just said, I guess. So that sounds like permission.
Well, like that's not.
But you said,
yes.
let's see it.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
that is so clearly AI. Oh my God. It's not even the right mic flag.
Channel 12 News.
Who is that guy? That's not me.
Why'd they change the mic flag on it?
All right, that's me. I know what that picture's from.
I do. I think we all do.
That's when I did the good old grab on live TV. And
well, you grabbed your nuts on live TV?
Yeah. Well, you're looking at it. You're looking at it. That part is real. Everything else is fake. Except the shirt except the shirt that so clearly doesn't fit me, and that's why it's hanging out the sides, almost like the muffin top.
I swear to God, nobody embarrasses themselves more than Rocco DeSangro on TV, on camera.
Hey, Rock, you know what? Thanks for playing along with me. You're a good kid. You worked hard. You look great. But I am a fan of the floppy hats. Okay. So look at that guy right there.
Look at him.
Hey now. You know who's also a huge fan of floppy hats is my grandfather, Grandpa Bob.
Yes.
Bob Rab loves himself some bucket hats.
He does.
Great guy.
And so every year he would always, for Orioles games, get fired up about it. And I feel like it always was happening around 4th of July. And actually, for the floppy hat, the Coors Light floppy hat is actually, because the Orioles are away this weekend, it's next weekend that they're having the floppy hat night at the stadium. So your boys got to get your hand on that one. Rock, do you like that one of me? Or do you like this one of me? I mean, just don't get too excited. Just
definitely the black one.
I like the orange one too, though. It's Coors Light logo is pretty sick right there, front and center. But the BAL is I like that concept as well. So they're all solid.
Yeah. Dak, you've been quiet right now. Do you not like how I look?
I like the black one. I think better.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put you in a photo?
The BAL one's great.
If you put him in a photo, it's got to be a White Star Sales bucket hat. Yeah, with the rope on it.
I think the black one. So it's reversible, obviously, as I'm saying in the bottom. Is this the second straight year they've done reversible?
Yes.
Was it last year they did it off the City Connects, or was that 2 years ago?
I believe it was last year.
Yeah, where you could flip. It was like all black on one side, and then the inside was the multicolor.
Yeah.
What a time. Yeah, there's a few other options I have here.
Tell you this, a bucket hat does not look great on your head. The bucket hat itself looks fantastic, but I don't know if
it kind of makes you look like a flapper. Like from back in the 1920s flapper. That's what you look like.
That's what we were discussing?
That's what it looks like to me.
Term from the 1920s?
What? Do you know what? I guess you don't know what a flapper is.
I'll be honest. When you said it that way, I think all of us were a little bit curious about where, Rocco's mind's worried about how there's no more discs and his.
Okay. Well, for once, I'm not the most immature person on this show today, and flapper is a legitimate term.
It is noted.
Just Google it. Jesus Christ.
I will. Hey, what about
Bunch
this
of morons.
Oh my
God. It's a little small on that guy.
It tried to cover there. I tried.
Dude, that's a tough look.
The head's still too
big. Man, that is a tough look.
Still one of my favorite photos.
Actually, kind of makes him look a little gangster. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He's a good kid. That's one of my favorite photos I haven't brought out in a while.
That is a great photo.
It is. The one they chose for him on the billboards is another good one. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but
yeah, he's a good kid though. I don't care what everyone else says about him. But the floppy hats for me, I would say then on top of it, you're right, Brad. You wear this hat?
Yeah, they're elite hats right there.
Okay, so with these like
that's an elite Orioles hat right there. You got the logos on the other side too. You got it. Is that backwards?
I'm just wearing the hat. Yeah, it's got it, but
I see.
Oriole
Okay.
or not, it's just
it's a great hat.
Hey,
like
guys,
that.
so what's your a couple things. 4th of July outfit. So is it this hat? Is it a bucket hat? You're gonna go straw.
Yeah.
Are you tank top for if you're out by the water? Are we team tank?
If I'm by the water, no, I don't even own a tank top. I got too much of a dad body.
I think
for
you
that
gotta go
anymore.
like the button up, short sleeve button up with maybe a design or something on it. Maybe a few American flags thrown on there, maybe some hot dogs on there. Get a cool design, get something going.
If I'm at the beach, I'm wearing one of those Columbia sun shirts.
Oh yeah.
And the hat.
The ones with the holes in them?
No. What?
Hey Rock, what's some of your 4th of July traditions? Not even dress code, just what are some of yours?
I will
Kick
be
it off.
planting my ass in front of the TV and watching the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I make sure when that thing starts, doesn't matter where I am, that is either on my phone or on my TV. Watching Joey Chestnut just dominate the rest of the competition is unbelievable. Greatest American athlete in the history of competitive things.
Greatest athlete. Don't even say American. Greatest athlete.
Greatest athlete.
It's talking about records or someone trying to dethrone him. I thought Kobayashi couldn't, and then there was Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
Kobayashi, I thought, was going to be the guy, and Joey Chestnut came about. Hey, Bolly, what's your 4th of July traditions? What are some things that you enjoy?
Well, first off, I think Rocco, same thing. You got to watch the hot dog. Although last year didn't because no Joey Chestnut. Wasn't that?
Didn't watch it. I protested.
Yeah, no, I refuse. I think I'm more of a, and maybe it's one of those things where it's with LeBron James. It's are you a Lakers fan? Are you a Heat fan? Are you a LeBron fan? Maybe I'm not a fan of hot dog eating contests. Maybe I'm just a Joey Chestnut guy.
Absolutely.
That might be the thing. I don't know if any other time I've thrown on a hot dog eating contest, but if Joey Chestnut's participating, I will be tuned in. This year going to see the O's. Head to Cincinnati. See, hopefully the Orioles.
Oh, nice.
Sit out in that heat. Don't embarrass themselves and throw up on each other. But we'll hope for the best. Not getting the hopes high. It should be. It's going to be a fun game between two struggling ball clubs. What could go wrong? What else would you want to do outside in the heat wave?
It's a great question.
Yeah,
I can tell you. You want to talk about a struggling team on 4th of July? Well, I could take you down a trip to the minor league days where we had a few teams that were really struggling on the 4th of July. But we did have one year, I think I told you guys, we got rained out and we had team bonding out in Raleigh in 2019. Good camaraderie, doubleheader the next day. Didn't go great for the team, but nonetheless was a good time. I would say my tradition, I like being around places where I can see some fireworks. Doesn't even have to be, though, big shows. I just like late at night, if you have drinks or you're hanging out and you can watch the sky light up. Now, I want to also emphasize, I do not want to go and light fireworks. I don't buy them. I don't go out and get them, but I like to just sit back and enjoy it. When I was down in DC and sit outside on the porch on 4th of July, and I could see from my deck the entire skyline of DC, just fireworks. I love that. I love then hearing the July 4th music still humming on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing like it. Those are probably mine. And if I was home, I would have crabs each and every time. Those are my traditions.
I like that.
Is that a good enough answer for you, Rock?
Yeah. No, the fireworks are like a must see. Like, got to see some fireworks. If you don't see fireworks on 4th of July, it's like, what are you even doing? If you're not watching the sky light up, it's kind of a miss. So Justin said it. Wants to see fireworks go boom or bang. I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
A boom and a bang.
Yep. Boom and a bang.
Well, news and notes on the way out.
Orioles are 40-48 on 4th of July.
Oh,
just in case you wanted to.
Like,
that's tough.
Wait, for their history?
So this is where
40 and 48 right now.
Okay, wait. So where's this giving me these stats from?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, wait, hold up. No, it's even worse. They were giving us, you had to click on the matchup for, okay, that's stupid. 74 and 90. Damn, I should have stuck with 40 and 40.
Whoa.
74, 97, and 1. I love old time baseball.
What are the Reds? That predates the Orioles.
Yeah, I gotta see. Yeah, this is definitely the also including the Browns. Where are the Reds? Now I gotta see. Oh, Reds are 105 and 89.
Oh, wow.
Damn, they love 4th of July. Cubs have the best record at 118 and 96. They've played in 217 4th of July games.
Yeah, that checks out.
Hey, one of your favorite 4th of July songs.
Some Lee Greenwood, I think, is probably a good one.
That's a staple.
Yeah.
Born in the USA is pretty.
I actually saw Lee Greenwood. I actually saw him at the Grand Ole Opry.
Really?
Yeah. 2015.
Nothing better than being on a boat, born in the USA, playing, and you're cracking a nice beer while it's just blasting.
That does sound nice.
Yeah.
Zach, what about you?
I said courtesy of the red, white, and blue. I think
that's a good one.
When I think of like 4th of July songs, it's one of them pops in.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I will say we've heard them though. For the U.S., Country Roads has definitely come back. Take Me Home, Country Roads. I still, because I love my female pop, Firework.
I knew you were going to say that. Katy Perry. Great one. It's a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, you can already make this real. We're going to make that of like, you're going to freeze it. And I don't know what face I need to have. Maybe it's like I'm looking up at fireworks. Make them go, I will say Party in the USA.
Yeah.
Good one. Sweet Home Alabama, another one. Wagon Wheel. Yeah, those are good songs, man.
Yeah.
There are some good songs.
I'm trying to think of others, but yeah, it's a solid list right there.
You thought I was going to say Katy Perry? That's what was happening?
I was thinking Katy Perry the whole time. I'm like, that's a solid one.
Katy Perry. Yeah. Side note that that album for Firework, that was heater after heater after heater. Since we're on our Throwback Thursday, I digress. News and notes on the way out, Zach. The NBA? Kawhi is back in Toronto.
Yeah, Kawhi's back in Toronto. Jaylen Brown is heading to the Philadelphia 76ers in exchange for Paul George. I think it's two firsts, a pick swap, and 2 seconds. Not sure if the Celtics think there's more coming, but they agreed to that deal. I don't know if people were intoxicated during those negotiations, what was going on. And then we found out earlier today that actually Giannis Antetokounmpo was ready to give his go-ahead to get traded to the Boston Celtics, but the Celtics didn't want to give him a 3-year max extension, so they got Paul George instead, which was a decision. I don't know what their thinking was, but they made that decision. So, yeah, everything's going just swell in the NBA. Next year's going to be weird. It's going to take me like probably a month to remember who's on what team now.
Yeah. Barkley always does that segment, who we play for, and fails miserably. Like, that's like trying to do that now is going to be tough.
It's going to be me next year.
Yeah.
It's going to be awful.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Hey, where is LeBron James gone?
Cleveland.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
He's not going to Cleveland. He's going to want to go a place where he can win again.
Does he go back to Miami?
No.
Coming to
Apparently,
Philly.
he might be playing baseball.
Yeah. No, it's big. Need it. Dude, can he pitch? Can he pitch out of the bullpen? Because they need it. The extension he could have, though, like, give him 20 minutes with Jim Palmer. 20 minutes with Jim Palmer, and then give him 20 more with Ben McDonald.
I don't know. Well, Jim's patience might run thin after a while. Well, that's just not.
That's why we have to have the backup 20 minutes with Ben McDonald on deck, because I don't know how the first 20 are going to go if LeBron's not performing. Jim might be like, "You're done."
Have you seen those though? By the way, it's like breaking news. LeBron James is signing with
the
Norfolk Tides.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
I got a news and note here.
News and notes?
I just have a note.
Note.
Since we were talking about Formula One, this show. Formula. The team that's won the most at Silverstone in Great Britain since Formula One has started is Ferrari. The driver that's won the most in Silverstone is Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is now driving for Ferrari. And at 41 years old, he is going to win Silverstone this weekend. Putting that out there.
So what you're telling me is
Ferrari's won 18 times. Lewis Hamilton has won a record 9 times at Silverstone. You want to talk about the GOAT? Living legend. 41. And he's dating Kim Kardashian.
That is indeed a news and note. I have one, Rip, if you're okay with it, that I'd like to start implementing at the end of every show.
No, this will be good.
Called,
can't hurt.
It could be Ryan reads mean tweets about himself, but this time around, I think it's Rocco reads mean tweets about Ryan.
I like this.
I'm not gonna do all 5 that I have in here, and there's many more than 5. This
is the best thing you've said all show.
There's a lot of them out there. And it's going to be Ryan reading them about himself. But my personal favorite that I saw this week alone was actually yesterday. So Jake Rill put out a nice article about Rip getting into broadcasting with the debut with Masson. The quote means a lot for me, obviously, because of being here in Baltimore. I love this city, and I want to try to give them a good product. That was met with a comment. I'm not going to name the name of the person who commented this, just because, we'll let them have their identity hidden for now.
No.
But the quote is, dude has been a homer for the last 3 years, trying to make himself relevant to get a job. He didn't play in the bigs long enough to be relevant. To that, let me see if you can guess the viewer of the show who commented back and said this, quote, "Maybe you should learn more about Ryan Ripken before throwing shade." Nice comment. He did not even make an MLB roster. Any guesses as to who that might be? It would be so nice to come back and protect Rip, but to also provide a backhanded compliment. Maybe he didn't even know it was a backhanded compliment in the process, but I thought that was hilarious.
Do you know
any guesses, guys?
Brad?
If I had to guess, it has to be Joe.
And it's 1,000% Joe Radke. Yes, Baltimore Joe responding to that comment was an absolute beautiful thing.
You idiot. He didn't even make the bigs.
He did not, in all caps, play a single big league game in his life. And Ryan just reading that like it was like the 50 Cent meme, like, why you say fuck me for?
Yeah.
I got such a kick out of that. Because
I mean, I do enjoy, you know, I told you guys this yesterday. I mean, look, social media is a place. It can be the best and worst place depending on what's going on. I've been criticized and talked about for 84 years. Well, really ever since I could remember. So this is great. Like, it is actually super entertaining. But yeah, I feel like
if you can't beat them, join them. We'll make them a part of the show and have a good time with it. I love it.
I actually used to do that when I had my old YouTube channel. I would read all the hate comments and make a video about it, and it was great. We should definitely do that.
Well, there was a guy yesterday that joined. He made an O's Are Fine account with Ryan's
I saw that
picture with the O's Are Fine t-shirt and commented 17 times, O's are fine, O's are fine, O's are fine, or the O's fine, the O's are fine, the O's are fine. Then finally must have gotten tired of typing it out and left. And I'm like, this is fantastic. It's like kind of brought that idea up in my head. We just got to, roll with it and have a good time.
I'm here for it.
Yep. Love it. You good, Rip?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. I told you guys stories before with me with people.
We see it every day. So I mean,
not even with social media, just like
seen that too.
Some random comments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, see, I actually, do we know the last time I said the O's are fine?
Just now.
It's since 2020.
I'm gonna clip that and put it out on. It's just gonna say, do you remember the last time I said pause? The O's are fine, and that's gonna be the video. And I'm just gonna run with it.
It was spring training 2025, really.
Yeah, you wore the T-shirt that pissed a lot of people off.
That was spring training 2025.
Debuting the T-shirt did not make certain people happy.
May 21st at 2025, you tweeted the O's are fine. It had 103 comments.
That actually was me, to be fair.
that was you. We did the show, and Brad goes, "Hey, I have access.
I have access."
I tweeted something out, and I'm like, "Up."
Let me just ruffle some feathers real quick.
It was like after the O's had lost like 10 in a row.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The O's lost 10 in a row last year. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Rip's account and just tweet out the O's.
The O's are fine.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was when
this is going to be a fun one.
Just lost 19-5.
Yeah.
Who did? The O's?
This was May 21st. Wait, hold up.
Oh, and the O's lost 19-5?
No, this was when the Orioles came back. They walked it off against, or not walked it off. They scored 4 in the 11th in a comeback. No, actually, they blew the game. They blew a save. Yeah, no, they blew a save. Winning pitcher was Brian Baker. Rutschman hit a 3-run homer in the 11th to get the Orioles to 16-32 on the season.
Hell yeah.
And we tweeted the O's are fine.
That was just me. It was me that tweeted the O's are fine.
I feel like I know I have the comments even when I have tweeted or I don't tweet, even when it's not about baseball, I think just people tweet to me about baseball. That happened on Facebook the other day. We put out was it about Bobby Bonilla? Or no, it was about the USA Soccer. It was today.
Yeah.
And it was about there was a comment about the Orioles. It was like, yeah, or like, yes, it is, or am I missing something? And it was like, yes, you are. The Orioles are blank, blank, blank. I'm like, well, we're talking about this red card. You know? Do you not remember it, Rocco? You talked to me about it.
Yeah, was it the one about your dad that I sent you, or no? Is that a different one we're talking about?
Oh, not that tweet. This is on Facebook.
Oh, I forget the one on Facebook.
I'll find it for you. Then we can call it a day. And because you know what, it's hot. I gotta go check on the pup. And speaking of it being hot, Zach, why don't we go from one stream? Let's cross over to the other with our friends over at AutoStream Car Care Center. A little, hey, how you doing? It is scorching out there, and you got to make sure that your car has AC. And our friends over at AutoStream Car Care Center, you get $100 off any AC service. Hey, it's a good time to make sure you got your AC. And if you have any issues, go over there now to get it taken care of. Just mention Ryan Ripken, mention this deal, and whammy, you're getting some good deals when it comes to your AC. Don't mess around with it. Seriously, this hot streak ain't going away. And we appreciate our friends over at AutoStream. It's good throughout the entire month of July. So from one stream back to another.
All right. Well, before we go, I have one more, and I want to leave you with this. This was June 27th. Here it is. Can we never be subjected to Ryan Ripken calling a game again? Can the Orioles do us that one kindness?
You know what's funny is like someone else said it about Kevin Brown in that same thread.
People are ruthless, man.
On Kevin Brown recently.
I know. I don't understand.
It's been weird. It's one of those where, like, if you're around,
I just bring it out in people.
People are just gonna eventually turn.
It's because they're losing. Fans just got to have something to bitch about.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's give them. Here it was. Yes, Ryan, as an Oriole, this is about the red card. I found it, Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, am I missing something about this red card? And the response was, yes, Ryan, as an Oriole fan since the 60s, I can no longer watch their crappy play. They have too much talent to play as they are.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I love it.
Especially because it was like the 15th comment, and all of them are like, can't believe that was a red card. This is rigged. Absolute bullshit. Crazy. All this. And then you just get down. It's like, as an Oriole fan since the 60s, I can't watch this team.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
If I had $1 for every time I saw a comment that said, get your dad to fire everyone.
Yeah, why isn't Cal fired the entire organization?
Why isn't Cal fired?
After he fires, everyone has to fire himself, then rehire himself and say he's setting a new standard. That's
Take down the statue. Why do we have one out there? What did he do? Played a boring 2,216 consecutive starts, Rock.
That was the one I was talking about. This guy ends up going, what is it? Here's the he's talking about, other things that happened on July 1st, aka Bobby Bonilla Day. The Sonny Walkman, or the Sony, it's a Sony Walkman. Sorry. I was like, who's Sonny Walkman? That's hilarious. The Sony Walkman, that kick-ass iconic portable cassette player debuts in Japan. 1982, Cal Ripken Jr. makes the first of his very boring 2,216 consecutive MLB starts for the Orioles. And everything else is like nice, to the point, and that one just emphasized on the very boring. I thought was hilarious, so I sent it to Ryan.
That's a random number, 2,216.
I think the guy got the date wrong to when it started, but I could be wrong, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's been 84 years.
Whatever.
Anyway. That's it, guys. It was good. Yeah, we had some fun today. Mike Farron was great. Thought we had some great baseball conversations. I thought the soccer was good. We were very split on the poll, but it seems like people have, they feel like the connection is lost.
Yeah.
And Rocco's got some problems. And John Girard is still number one in our hearts as Formula E.
Ridiculous.
We good?
We're good.
Anything else you want to say?
Let's do it.
Nope.
All right. Cue it, Peppy. Break it, Peppy. As always, here on the Ryan Ripken Show, we appreciate each and every one of you. If we don't see you tomorrow, have a great 4th. Have a day. Have a night. Have a great holiday. And above all, be safe, be good. And when you're ready, come back and join us. Why? Ryan Ripken Show. We're live Monday through Friday right here on YouTube, X, and Facebook. See you guys.